Hello, and welcome to my podcast, Filmmaking, Actually. Ta-da! There's a couple things I want to go over on the topic of AI, but I saw this post on LinkedIn that really struck me, and I thought that I would share it as a podcast episode. Now, I will say there's a lot that AI does when it comes to accessibility that I 1000% support. I absolutely support a lot of the uses of AI when it comes to computer program level assistance. Totally bluntly, I do not support generative AI at all, as long as it has been trained off the stolen work of artists, and I do not support any form of AI that encroaches on anyone else's rights or their work or their intellectual property or their copyright or anything like that. Now, there's another thing that I don't totally love about AI, and that is the ability that it gives people to automate their lives. I do want to talk about this a bit more, and I do have a couple of other episodes scheduled to record where I dive into kind of specifics on this topic. Obviously, this is a filmmaking podcast, and so AI, from the viewpoint of an artist or from a filmmaker, there's lots of pros and cons about it. I will say if you're using generative AI of any form currently, unless there's been some change that I'm not aware of, that is made off of the work of your peers. And I do not currently support anyone climbing over the stolen work of others to succeed. When it comes to being an artist, when it comes to being a filmmaker, when it comes to being a storyteller, your ability to think, whether it's critical thinking or imaginative thinking, to process information, to use your words, that mental dexterity and that mental clarity and that ability is something that is really, 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 really important. There's an awesome person on LinkedIn whose name is Ashley Amber Saba. It's pretty short, but I think it's really important. And again, I'm going to clarify there is a difference between using AI for an accessibility issue, and there's a difference between using AI for something that will make the world more accessible to you, and accessibility in the world at large is a whole other issue. And it's another thing to just use it kind of in the way that this says here. If you're researching for another app to summarize something you could just read, another AI to rewrite what you already know, or a widget to pull out the thoughts you're too scared to actually voice, guess what? You're outsourcing your mind. You're trading your ability to think, to process, to create, trading it for cheap, mass-produced brain sugar made by the same people who turn around and warn you to beware of robots. Most of you don't need that app, that AI, that fancy tool promising to boost your creativity or save you time. You just need to sit still with a thought until it becomes yours, not theirs, not some algorithms. Every time you let a bot finish your sentences or summarize your thoughts, you're leaving a piece of yourself at the door. Not your best piece, maybe, but a piece that mattered. And it piles up. You become this weird fraction of yourself, something passive, empty-eyed, scrolling for that next fix that'll make thinking, writing, being a little easier. Here's the lie they're feeding you, that the value is in the output. It isn't. The value is in the you that wrestled the words into meaning, that stumbled through an idea, bled for it, rewrote it. Whatever you were trying to get out, it only mattered because you cared enough to get it right. Grammarly, Jasper, ChatGPT, none of these things are making you better. They're making your voice cheaper, your thoughts flimsier, your ideas identical to everyone else's AI-assisted nonsense. Text generated on your behalf might as well be dust in the wind. It's nobody's words, nobody's thoughts, nobody's damn idea worth a thing. You don't need another app or widget or bot to pretend it has ideas. Every word you borrow costs you something invisible. And when there's nothing left to give, you're nothing but a husk haunted by the ghost of a voice you lost to convenience. And when there's nothing left to give, you're nothing but a husk haunted by the ghost of a voice you lost to convenience. That really struck me. That was Amber Ashley Saba who wrote that. At what point are you outsourcing your mind? At what point are you not processing your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, figuring out what it is that you want to say to another person? At what point are you not wrestling with your struggles with communication to learn how to be a better communicator? There are so many problems in this world, and human beings stopping thinking, stopping communicating, stopping articulating their own ideas into words, sometimes if only for the therapeutic value of having had articulated that emotion in the first place? At what point are we outsourcing the very things that make us who we are? I thought this was very beautifully written. As an artist, as a filmmaker, as a storyteller, as someone who is so passionate for what makes us all human, I think there are incredible ways we can use AI as a tool. And who knows, maybe in the future there will be another race. There will be an AI that is alive and has its own thoughts and feelings and lives experiences and, I don't know, becomes Data on Star Trek. But for now, it's just software. It's a computer program. It is not your thoughts. It's not your words. Asking someone, how do I break up with this person? How do you want to break up with them? Talk. Use your words. Use your heart. Use your brain. I know this sounds like a very imploring podcast episode, but I'm seeing way too many people who are so quick to just abandon the things that give them their power, which is their own words, their own communications. And then people who are running around being like, look what I made with AI. You didn't make anything with AI. You didn't. Even the AI didn't make something. It just recycled something somebody else made. Human creativity, human communication, it's at the heart of human progress. Joseph Gordon-Levitt said that. And I think it's really important. So I wanted to take a moment, put out this quick episode. I'm going to be talking about it a little bit more and going over kind of some of my other thoughts on it. But I wanted to record at least this much. And I wanted to share that with you. And I wanted you to consider, obviously, you can use it as a tool. But think about at what point you're no longer sitting still with a thought until it becomes yours. Yeah.
You've been listening to Filmmaking Actually with Koura Linda, Space Dream Productions podcast. Subscribe to us on any or all the podcast platforms. If you like what you hear, leave us 5-star ratings and positive reviews on iTunes. It helps more listeners like you discover the show. But the best thing you can do if you really like the show is tell a friend. Want to leave a comment or ask a question? Email at filmmakingactually@gmail.com. This is Spacey speaking, and remember,
can't we just talk to the humans? A little understanding could make things better. Can't we talk to the humans and work together now?
No, because they are dead.
and we'll see you next time.
I said the humans are dead.
I'm glad they are dead.
The humans are dead.
I noticed they're dead.
We used poisonous gases.
With traces of lead.
And we poisoned their asses.
Actually, their lungs. Binary solo.
0000001 0000001 0000001 0000001
Come on, sucker, lick my battery. The humans are. The humans are. Robo Boogie. The humans are. The humans are. Robo Boogie. The humans are dead.
Once again, without emotion,
The humans are dead, 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 dead.